Hello, and welcome to Let Me Be Frank. I'm Frank Duran,
Hi, I'm Jack.
and we're going to be reviewing Spectral today. Now, Spectral is a 2016 Netflix film, but it's interesting because it was supposed to come out from Universal, and then it was dropped right before it was about to be put out, and now it's on Netflix original, part of their new kind of like sci-fi revamp of all their original stuff.
Netflix presents. They're putting out a lot of stuff right now, so this is something that came out just this December.
Yeah, and it's definitely part of like the Stranger Things like was such a success that they're like throw as much sci-fi on Netflix as possible.
We're gonna try to do something. Yeah, we're gonna try to make more money off of that. Like, oh, people actually like this. Okay, let's put out a bunch of Netflix originals.
Exactly, and definitely, I think Netflix is passing the Sci-Fi Channel in how good sci-fi is happening on Netflix.
They've put out a few, and it's actually been. I think we might review all of them pretty much. Like that's a spoilers.
Spoilers. So let's explain Spectral real quick.
Yeah.
It's a movie about a guy who's a scientist who doesn't believe in warfare, but he builds weapons.
Of course, he believes in war if he's building weapons. But yeah,
but he doesn't believe in hurting people. But he does. It's stupid. And he goes and they saw something using his goggles on the screen, and they bring him in, and it turns out it's a fucking ghost in this warfare, like actually in like a war theater. It's supposed to be like World War III. Like
it's a little bit in the future.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not too far. They definitely allude that it's like it's not too far in the future, but it's definitely close.
There's some unrest, and they're at war with someone
in Europe.
Looks like either the Middle East or Europe or Russia.
They try to be ambiguous about it, about who they're fighting, and they just keep calling them insurgents.
They're not even like part of the story because the ghosts come, and that's what they're fighting.
That's what they fight. So, and it's definitely like the on Netflix they describe it as a team of ghost like busting soldiers go out and fight ghosts, and you're like, that's not actually what happens. What happens is like a guy's thrown into a situation with his crew, and then it goes all to shit because the ghost is way OP and kills everybody, and then they're stuck in the war zone.
They're Delta Force. They're supposed to be the best, but yet these ghosts like destroy them.
Yeah, and I definitely think that the effects in this, it shows that Universal put money into this. I think the effects, the production value is all there. It's gorgeous.
It
looking.
looks good.
And what's interesting, yeah, exactly. What's interesting is that there's this is the Nick Matthew is the director of this, and I'm sorry I'm mispronouncing that name. But he this is his first film. This is the first one he's directing. He wrote the story for this, and now he's directing this, which is kind of interesting.
That is very interesting as a first film that like I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
No.
There's plenty of plot holes. There's weird occurrences. It's a ghost film, so it's like it's a bunch of guys fighting like air sometimes, and you're like, but at the same time, it's enjoyable because the action's there. It's sort of intriguing. Like, I'm not saying it's like, whoa, what's going to happen next?
Pretty good war scenes. I'm not even a huge fan of war movies or action films, but I mean, pretty good scenes.
Exactly.
Like, actually good.
Yeah, the ghost effects are so good. They could be. It's not like the highest budget. Like, it's not like Star Wars CGI, but it's definitely like video game CGI. Like, if I saw this in a Final Fantasy game, some of the scenes, I would be like, yeah, it looks like a Final Fantasy scene. Like, it looked good. Like,
it's just the story that's not good.
Yeah, and the story it shoots itself in the foot constantly.
Because I don't care about the soldiers. They try to make me like the soldiers, but I just like don't care.
Yeah, you're just like, get back to the ghost fighting. Let's go shoot the ghosts up.
Let's hit those ghosts. Yeah.
It's just kind of it's interesting in that the story falls flat, but the subject matter stays interesting.
They have like the cliche of like the military being like, it's not ghosts, we swear it's probably the enemy with cloaking devices. You're like, that's so cliche of the military to be like, it's not a ghost, it's an enemy. And you're like, no,
it's not.
You can see from the beginning, you're like, no, they have the lore that they're ghosts. Like, it's gonna be a ghost battle.
It's a ghost battle.
And there's so much killing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people die in this. A lot of people die. That's why I'm saying the production value is high, because there's like a lot of people in scenes and a lot of people die. Like individually, like a lot of people on screen die, which is interesting. Like it's not just like it's not an indie flick that just like shoots, that looks another way and somebody dies. It's like literally you get to see these people get ghosted.
Obviously, like the four main characters live, and like that, a lot of them die.
Yeah, a lot of them die, and I think it's a very solid film for Netflix to put out because it's not extravagant, it's not it's good, but it's
it
not
wasn't
great.
terrible.
It's definitely worth just like on an afternoon, on a Sunday like today.
You want to watch
just
with friends?
it.
You just watch with friends, and
It's got some good action. You can talk over it because really it doesn't matter what the characters are saying sometimes. But like overall, it's a solid film, and I think that it's worth a view if you're a sci-fi fan. It's not Ghostbusters. They're trying to advertise it as like a Ghostbusters, but I would say it's like Ghostbusters if it was in war. Like,
ghost
warfare.
War ghosts, apparently.
Yeah.
So what would you rate it?
I would have to rate it. It's like I want to say a 6.5 because I don't want to give it the full 6. Because it is a little bit better than just like not good. You know, like it's not a good story, but it's definitely a good movie.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
I would totally agree. I think I would give it like a 6.5. It's funny that you say that because I completely agree.
Yeah, I don't think it's
That's
a
exactly
7,
what it deserves.
because it's not like I wouldn't recommend this to people all the time. I wouldn't be like, have you seen Spectral yet? But I would definitely be like, to my sci-fi friends who definitely dig ghost stories, this is a fun one. Watch it. It's a quick watch.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Do yourself a favor. It's a Netflix original. So guys, thank you for checking into this review. Thank you for listening. And be sure to check out the podcast and the other reviews that are coming out.
Comment, subscribe, like.
Exactly. Thank you guys, and have a great evening.